Sup team, welcome to the video. We're about to talk about transitioning from personal training in the gym to online. I have a bunch of questions here from a personal trainer and I don't know him, so I'm gonna be able to speak in general to personal trainers. When I got my website up and running, when I started building my social media, I was training 30 to 40 hours of sessions per week on the gym floor. So I have some experience in making this transition. I also think it's not a transition that everyone should make. So if you're a trainer and if you just kind of watch my videos for whatever reason in general, I don't think that one online versus in person is necessarily better or worse than the other. But if you train clients in the gym, or even if you don't and you're looking to build an online brand, hopefully this will help. I'm gonna try and make it entertaining for the rest of you if that's not exactly why you're here as well, but let's get into it. 5 questions, I believe. So, when you decided to go to an online business, did you follow any particular training platform or just jumpstart your business? There are so many out there. No, I did not. I did not use platforms to systemize online coaching. And there's a reason, in hindsight, I like doing it on your own, is because every coach has their own style. Every coach has their own method, that even like personality, that will help a specific group of people, and you develop and you hone that by actually coaching, by actually communicating, by actually figuring out what type of information about a client you want to store, how you want to store it so it's front of mind. You learn the types of things through coaching that a potential client or a certain type of client needs or wants from you to make progress, and that becomes a part of your system. So form videos, you or someone doing the exercises, explaining how the exercises that the client is supposed to be doing, having them be able to see that first. Yeah, I also, it's part of me is just distrusting in general, and so to rely on a third party for something that I don't see a ton of value in and expose myself to giving them, call it access, call it whatever, to coaching clients, just wasn't something I felt good about doing. If I had a friend that owned a company that I knew did a very good job of it, or just a person who I knew personally and trusted, I'd be in. But I really think there's value in building your own systems, because it varies from person to person. I'm trying to think of a better example of that. Questions in an assessment. You can Google personal trainer new client assessment and you can use that and send that to people. But the more you coach and the more people who fill out a new client assessment, the more you're going to realize these questions aren't that important, but I really want to know more about this thing. So here, I can fire mine up to try to find some odd questions that I ask. Okay, so I ask about average body weight over the past 3 to 6 months, because and I've never seen that on an assessment. I think it's very relevant to know what has been happening and the direction that someone is going. And for someone with weight loss, body fat loss goals, the scale over 3 to 6 months is a good indicator of that. So if they come in at 240 and they say, I was 280 6 months ago, I know what's been happening, versus someone who comes in at 252 and they say my average weight in 3 to 6 months was 240 pounds. It's like, okay, we're not really making progress right now. Those are, like, it's just different. Coaching someone who has been killing it for 6 months and is maybe hitting a little bit of a plateau, that's just an integral piece of information that's important, compared to coaching someone who is kind of maybe like just starting a fitness journey or just restarting a fitness journey. So that's a rambly way of me saying no, I just started. Number 2, what have you seen based off your targeted demographic of clientele as some of the better marketing approaches to getting your name and business out there? Social media, direct mail, ads on Google, other internet sites, local business advertising. I'm not a businessman. I make content, I write, I make videos, I think I communicate in a way that people respond to, and I'm genuinely interested both in fitness and helping people for selfish reasons, because it makes me feel good and makes my life feel meaningful. Yeah, content is underrated. Consistently pumping out content, even when you feel like you're not gaining traction, even when you're not getting immediate short-term positive feedback, even when the likes aren't trending up in a week to week or month to month time frame, continuing to bang on content is super important. I haven't run, I've run very little. As a percent of total revenue, I've run no ads. I've played with Facebook ads a little bit. Gary Vee made me, and they were effective. I'm running a business that isn't scalable. I'm coaching one-on-one. I don't have anyone else in my operation. We're gonna get to that, but ads don't make a ton of sense for me. So yeah, I would say call it social media, but whatever the places people are paying attention to, putting content there that actually helps those people resolve their problems and doing it consistently. And then helping people for free, which I've talked about extensively in other videos, but my email address is down in the description of this video. You can email me, people know, you can email me and ask fitness questions and I'm going to respond. It's just, yeah, that's an effective form of marketing to me. Number 3, are you currently working strictly independent, or are you doing air wall slides? Currently working strictly independent, or do you have partnered, hired additional trainers, coaches, admin people to help you satisfy the increasing demand of your training coaching? What advice would you give for moving in that direction? Crawl before you can walk is the advice I would give for moving in that direction. I have a feeling that you don't need the help just yet. And I have that feeling because I know very few people. I know a lot of people in the fitness industry, and I know very few, less than I can count on one hand, that actually need that kind of help. I'm a one-man show. I have had employees in the past do things related to design, have had them do things related to video editing, videographer work, social media post editing. What else have I had? Nothing related to coaching. I haven't found a way to scale that. I've talked about that in previous businesses. I have found ways to scale it. I'm not interested in it. I'm not interested in having an assistant coach, training them up, and then having clients, hey, do you want to sign up for me at this price point, or do you want to sign up with Jimmy, the assistant coach, at this price point? That's not an interest of mine. Managing coaches isn't an interest of mine. So yeah, I haven't found a way to use humans to scale. I haven't tried very hard at it either, and I don't think I want to. And I'm gonna leave it at that, because otherwise I'm gonna go on a big rant about how more is always better, and sometimes society telling you that you always have to be making more of the important stuff, money, that's not always the goal. So I'm working strictly independently. I don't have anyone helping me. Julius, who's the man, is a developer who is an independent contractor who does what I want him to do on the app, and actually has a lot of good feedback himself for the app. But yeah, no one in my close circle. And people ask that when they sign up for coaching. They're like, okay, am I signing up for coaching, or am I signing up for coaching with you, or am I signing up for coaching with your team? Are you actually gonna be responding to emails? Is this you I'm communicating with, or are you gonna pass me off? It's I don't have anyone to pass you off to. It's 100% me in my inbox on my social media every single time. 4, that's not true. My sister Jenna is helping me mail out lacrosse balls, is actually. So yeah, she puts in about an hour of work per week, and we do that at a loss because we sell lacrosse balls at cost, because that's how bad I want you to jam them into your upper traps and your pecs, and then I pay her. So what can you do? Number 4, what have you seen as some of the earlier obstacles you faced with your business that could have been avoided if you only did X, Y, or Z? I'm gonna come out of left field here and say that the obstacles were spending time doing things I thought I should be doing because society says do those things. And that can be all the way down to like very non-fitness related things. Spending 5 hours on a Friday night at a bar or a club when I didn't want to be there because I thought that's what I just had to be doing, because I didn't want to let friends down, because it was someone's birthday party, because and getting to the point where I have stricter boundaries with how I use my time. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with bars and clubs. It's just my personality. Like your version of that might be society says I need to read fiction books for increased creativity, but I don't like reading fiction books, so I feel like I'm wasting that time. Like listening to yourself on what that means is important. But for me, nightlife for basically no end that led to me being hungover, which was decreased productivity, that led to just a drain of my energy, being more introverted, which was a decrease of my happiness and productivity. Yeah, so the earlier obstacles would have been, and that was kind of in year 2 and year 3, not really, like year 1 I really just grinded, but I don't know, man. Any mistakes I made, I think I had to make to get better. So there aren't a lot of things with my business that I would have changed. Yeah. 5. Who do you have or have had, random numbers, we do not answer random numbers. Who do you have or have had as a mentor for continual growth for your business? Were they someone you already knew or got set up with through another contact, or found them randomly through networking? I have had people that I would call mentors in my life, and I would say the most relevant to this conversation is John Romanello, who hired me as an intern to help him with his fitness business, and learning from him about fitness and about online business, and learning from him through working for him for free initially, and then working for him as an employee, customer service, helping with group coaching, work, like whatever he needed, mailing out international copies of his book, helping him move from one apartment to another, like whatever it was that he needed, he served as a mentor. I would say that Gary Vaynerchuk, who was a coaching client, but also incredible business and marketing mind and positive, motivating, inspiring dude, served as a mentor. My parents, in their own ways, not specifically related to fitness, served as mentors. Jordan Peterson, people I've never met in person who put content on the internet, serve as mentors. I have had mentors. It wasn't a formal mentorship arrangement. If you are looking for a mentor, don't go ask a busy person to be their mentor. Instead, find someone, go, if you want your mentor to be Eric Cressy, go try to get an unpaid internship to get a foot in the door at Cressy Performance, or like, just don't email people and ask them to be your mentor. That's not the way to do it. I also think it's important to remember that people online, people who put out content, can be your mentor without them knowing that they are your mentor. So look for those places to learn, people to learn from. And also realize you don't need a mentor to succeed. You can see how other people do it. I could have learned a lot of what I learned from Roman if I would have just signed up for his coaching and been coached by him. I could have learned a lot of what I learned about his coaching business from working for him by being a client of his. So yeah, there's just other ways to go about learning than having a mentor. That's all. Thank you very much for watching the video. Bang. If you have more questions, leave them below. Trying to answer questions in videos. Hit the like button. See you tomorrow. Bye. Bonus answer, rant about work ethic. because I see personal trainers in the gym who during, you have your morning rush, you have your PM rush. During the day, take a nap. During the day, go to a 2-hour lunch with a friend. During the day, like, you need to be using your non-client time to the extent that you can, filming videos, taking pictures for Instagram, replying to emails throughout the day, like doing the stuff to build your online business. I see way too much hoping and wishing, and I get that it's exhausting, and I get that 5 a.m. wake ups and then you're up late coaching clients, and then like sleep is often neglected because it has to be at least Monday through Friday, and then during the day you need a nap to catch up. Like, I understand, I've been through that, I've lived through all that, but you still need to start consistently creating content, or start taking the steps to grow your online business, your online brand, while you're still training clients in the gym. It's just super important. It's easier, it's harder because it's more time demanding, it's more energy demanding, but it's easier because it's gonna give you a head start for when you actually quit, or when you actually reduce the number of clients you're taking in person, the number of sessions you're doing a week, and invest that time into building your online business. If you're doing everything you can prior to making that move to build your online business, you're gonna be that much further ahead. So use your downtime effectively and be smart with it. Don't go on a 2-hour lunch and complain about how it's unfair that Equinox takes 2/3 or whatever they take on a session, when there are steps and actions that you can take and things you can do within your control to better yourself in your future. That's it. Thanks for watching the video. Hit the like button. See you tomorrow. Bye.